What's up, everybody? It's your boy JD back again with another video, and y'all know what time it is. It's time to do another Webtoon one shot. This is the brand new series called Stagtown, and this one is a horror series. So first we have romance, and now we're on to horror. I'm guessing the next one will either be comedy or action. I would assume. I don't know, but we're gonna give it a shot. One shot time, and y'all know how we do on one shot. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so what's up, everybody? Y'all know the drill. Before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, you want to take support even further, Patreon link is in the description below. And go ahead and join the Tackle Game membership down there. It's lit. All right, you feel me? So let's get it. I can hear music from somewhere. A carousel. Oh, shit. Oh, it's black and white. Okay, I can deal with the black and white. The nice twist. Taking it low-key retro, since everything is majority color nowadays. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it. A lot of blood. Oh. Okay. That's new. Stagtown. So is this just a bunch of dead deer? Is that what we're doing here? I don't know. I don't know if that's what we're doing, but it's a bunch of dead deer so far. I don't know how we should feel about that, people. Nice car. Okay, so it does have a little bit of color. It's not totally black and white. Got a tad bit of color, a few shades of green in there, some grays. So okay. Great. It's always the horror series, bro. When your car doesn't start and you like, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always. My name is Frankie, and I've recently moved back to the town I grew up in. I left Stagtown to attend college out of state, but I always knew I'd move back home eventually. Stagtown is a tiny place up in the mountains where nothing much ever seems to change. I like to tell you about the strange things that happen here. Okay. All right. Chapter 1, Surveillance. What is up with the deer? What is up with the deer? After some time away, I moved back home into a small apartment. I've been on my own out of college for about 8 months, and at that point, I'm doing fairly well. I managed to find a small place on the east side of town. The units weren't the newest, but they were clean, and the rent was reasonable. My neighbors were okay too, but some were a bit odd. Frankie, you're home. Like Jeremy, our resident conspiracy theorist. We all have that one conspiracy theorist in the mix that always does a lot of extra stuff. Did you see what they've done? They put a new spy cameras on the property. I didn't know Jeremy well, but he was fairly harmless, just weird. I'm sure you're imagining things again, dude. Like the spy unmarked van from last week. Yeah, he was that kind of guy. Tinfoil hats and Illuminati. Are you kidding? Right? Right there. That's a new camera. Aimed right at my door. Wasn't there yesterday. Explain that. What, that old thing? It looks ancient. Probably been here since they built the place. Impossible. I have noticed it. I've been seeing new cameras in town, on the streets, the power poles, over buildings. Who's watching on the other end of them? The government, the police, the people who sit behind the monitors all day and watch us. Every day, there are more. Now they're in our building, watching my door all day. I don't even want to leave the house. I know. Listen, try to get some sleep tonight, okay? Okay, but remember what I said. Frankie, tell me if you see any more cameras on the property. Frankie, do you ever wonder who watches the cameras? There's a million of them on the streets, but we never notice them. Traffic cams, security cams, web cams, phone cams. We're always being watched, Frankie, always. My God, like, bro, listen to me. I'm on to something here. I am on to something. Which, granted, he's not totally wrong. He's not totally psychotic in this way, but I mean, take it with how you feel about the whole thing. Good night, Jeremy. Jeremy like, I'm telling you something up. I put Jeremy's paranoias out of my head every week. It was something new with that guy. That night, I had a restless dream, but it was forgotten by the time I woke up. Okay. Another. Wait, a camera inside of her. That's fucking freaky. Who the fuck put a camera inside of her? Yo. The next morning, there was a camera in my apartment. Maintenance must have come and installed it before I woke up. You can still see the loose plaster from where it has been bolted to the wall. That's it. I don't care if it's for security or whatever. I'm not having a camera in my kitchen. Can't believe I'm agreeing with Jeremy on something. This is going way too far. I'm going to give the landlord a piece of my mind. What's going on? What? And just like that, there were cameras everywhere. Don't you hate it when the conspiracy theorists are right? There was no point complaining to the landlord. Cameras had appeared all over town. No one saw them being installed. They just popped up overnight. They were the same ancient model as in my kitchen. Dozens of cameras on every wall and pole, watching in every direction. The news claimed it was a prank or some guerrilla art project. But they were inside people's homes, so naturally people were angry about it. Strangely, the town's traffic cams saw nothing. They just stopped working the day before. It was weird seeing workers up on the ladders trying to fix these brand new traffic cameras. Meanwhile, the ancient models that appeared seemed practically indestructible. I saw some men trying to follow where the old cameras were feeding their video. But the cables would go for a few feet, then straight into the ground or through walls and under boulders. The news said to just ignore the cameras for now, but people started carrying umbrellas. It was exhausting to be watched all the time. I had to put up with it for a while, waiting for maintenance to come and remove the camera from my kitchen. Finally, I got sick of waiting and took down myself, cutting the cord at the wall. And that was the end of that. Later that evening, I went out to run a few errands. When I came home, bruh. There were 3 more cameras. Bruh. After that, I ate all of my meals in my bedroom. I didn't even want to go in the kitchen to do any cooking. The cameras had moved, but they were too awful to look at. Everyone learned the same lesson. If a camera was taken down, blocked, or covered up, it was replaced overnight. If you taped up the lens, another camera appeared. Cutting the wires was even worse. More cameras, uglier ones, would appear. It seemed for everyone cut down, 3 or 4 more would replace it. They didn't move, but they didn't look like but it looked like they might. That was the worst part. No one even knew if there was someone watching on the other side of the cameras, or if this was all some horrible joke. I resolved to go away and stay in a motel out of town until this all blew over. But there was one person I felt I should check on before I left. Unfortunately, he was being watched more closely than anyone. Bro, rest in peace, Jeremy, fam. Rest in peace, Jeremy, bro. What's crazy? Hello, Jeremy. Jeremy, are you home? It's Frankie. Please open the door. Hello? Jeremy is not opening that door. Meow. A cat. He has a cat. Thanks for coming over. There's no answer, but I'm sure he's home. And I heard a cat crying pretty loudly. If I get one more complaint about Jeremy, I'm evicting him. He's not even paying a pet deposit. Well, I was more concerned it might not have been fed. Between this and the cameras, I've just about had it. Have you heard anything new about them? No. They told us not to touch them, so I told maintenance to leave them be for now. I think the town's supposed to remove them at some point. Mr. Owens, this is the landlord. Can I have a word with you? Mr. Owens, are you home? I need to check the apartment. That better not be a cat out here. Sound like he's out. Well, I'll take a look, make sure everything's all right. Landlord, anyone's home? Not the kitty. Not the kitty. Stop it, get off of him. Wait, is the cat dead? You poor little guy, how did that thing get on you? I didn't think they could move. Mr. Owens, are you here? Are you okay? Oh, for the love of, he's not getting away with a warning this time. Truth about the Bigelow. Oh my God. This is insane. We're going to have bugs in here. I think bugs in your apartment right now is almost the least of your problems. Right now, the problems is your cameras. Well, there's a cat, but no Owens. Funny, there aren't any cameras in here either. I've had complaints from every other apartment. What in the hell is that? Mirrors? What is that thing? It's a fridge box covered in mirrors. Should we open it? This is absurd. I don't have time to babysit my tenants and their mental issues. It looks like it's taped from the inside. Oh God, what is that smell? Okay. German. When the camera started appearing in my room, I disconnected them all, but that only made more show up. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I built that box to try and hide from them. I thought maybe they won't see me. But why did you stay in it? You were dehydrated. I don't know, just the feeling of being watched all the time. I couldn't take it. I wasn't thinking clearly. Eventually, I got too weak to crawl out, and they crawled inside. You know when I felt the weakest? When it was all going dark. I heard them talking. I heard the voices on the other end of the wires. So many voices. Okay, man. Definitely an interesting series. What is up with the cameras? Who is on the other end of these cameras? Why are there so many cameras popping up? When do they even have time to install these cameras, or these cameras are put in place? Are these cameras, do they automatically set themselves up? Like, we did see the little feet on one of them when they was on a cat. So is it a way that the cameras move on their own? Is that how they're being spread out everywhere? Like, what's the deal? Definitely a very interesting series. But that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Want to take support even further? Patreon link is in the description below. Also, join the Otaku Game membership as well. And let me know what you guys think about Stagtown. What do you think about this series? Will you be keeping up with it? This your first time checking it out? What did you think of it? If it's not your first time checking it out and you saw before you saw this video, what did you think about it when you read it? What do you think is really going on in this town? And what do you think Frankie is going to be able to do about it, if anything? Because we seen from the first panel, it's going to be some bloodshed. It's going to be some bloodshed. But you want to keep up with me? Discord link is in the description below. Also, follow me on Twitter at the Otaku Fix. Join the Discord if you haven't done so already. And I will check you guys next time. Peace.